Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Last week, Aleister Black lied to you. He said, I don't want him at his best because I know I can't beat him. Well, that part's true, but it's because Aleister Black at his best over the last year tends to involve other people doing his dirty work. So much talk about beating Kenny Omega at Nitro, but everyone forgets Omega had barely fought anyone, and he's washed up like a sun-bleached turtle. Black has been living off one win for 3 months, and before that, his only wins came when he had someone helping him. You all know as well as I do, Aleister Black wouldn't hesitate to get that help again when his back's against the wall. So I just want to make sure that when that help comes, Little Al won't have the strength to beat me. You all can live in a world where your heroes don't disappoint you, but I'll live in the world where I become world champion even when Al brings in his old friends. Hey everybody, welcome to GAW Friday Night Storm. You know, back in season 1, we got used to this image, Kofi Kingston opening up the show with one of the biggest fan reactions you will ever hear. And now he's trying to get back to those winning ways, and he's trying to become a champion once again. He earned the right to face Bobby Lashley right here for the Intercontinental Championship back on GAW Dark a couple days ago, and nothing is going to derail him. Folks, we got the Intercontinental Championship and the World Championship on the line tonight. What a show. Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley, one of the most dangerous men in the sport, and made even more so by Conor McGregor, the champ, the arrogant Irishman in his corner as part of the mob which has really just become those two, McGregor and Lashley. And of course, Conor has been wrapped up in a bloody, I guess, well, it's not a civil war anymore, but a bloody war with CM Punk, former member of the mob, if for one night only. And Bobby Lashley has defended his Intercontinental Championship 6 times successfully. He's on track. Conor McGregor said he wants to be the most decorated champion of all time, and he would go a long way to doing it with a win right here. As if Bobby Lashley wasn't dangerous enough. The fans trying to will on Kofi Kingston, but there's only so much you can do. And unfortunately for Kingston, he's running into Bobby Lashley at his best, and he's got Conor McGregor in his corner as well. Of course, we're seeing this match, and later on in our main event, we will see Aleister Black take on Matt Riddle with the World Championship on the line. Aleister Black was attacked by Riddle a few weeks ago, and he said, I'm not going to be intimidated, so he is putting his world title on the line. The winner will go on to face Walter, the #1 contender at Bash at the Beach. That event, by the way, just about 10 days away. One of the biggest events in GAW history, because it is the first that will feature a card of both Storm members and Storm Chaser members. Bobby Lashley, look at the power, effortless strength from Bobby Lashley. Would you look at this? Stalling vertical suplex. It is absolutely beautiful, and now Lashley cover here, and Kingston kicks out. The fans are hot tonight in Huntsville, Alabama, as we make our way east to Florida for Bash at the Beach. And now Bobby Lashley. Oh my God. Gutbuster from Bobby Lashley has left Kofi Kingston for dead out there. And now Lashley in the corner as Kingston staggers to his feet. Lashley with a spear. Kingston hurdles over. What incredible athleticism from Kofi Kingston. absolutely beautiful. And now Lashley in the corner, and Kingston, he's got the advantage, swinging DDT. Oh, that was excellent. These two have faced off before for the Intercontinental Championship, most recently back in 2020, before season 1 began. It was the Storm, 2 episodes before Nitro. Bobby Lashley retained his title there, and of course at Nitro 9 went on to lose it to Adam Cole. Cover here from Kofi Kingston, and it's an easy kick out. Kingston, of course, former Intercontinental Champion as well. He held it back in season 1. He defended it successfully twice, held it for 89 days. Lost it to Matt Hardy and Alpha. And you can see, this isn't just information I'm keeping to myself here. You can head on over to GeneralAdmissionWrestling.com right now, and you can see that as well. Lashley trying to go for a military press. Kofi Kingston into a DDT. Lashley staggering into the corner. Kingston's got to feel like he's got the momentum now. Monkey flip out of the corner, and now Kingston springboard crossbody. Beautifully done, and now Kingston, he's got Lashley in a real predicament, and Lashley powers out. You can see Lashley trying to kick his feet, just trying to get out of there, but ultimately it was the strength in his upper body, the pectorals, that helped him work his way out of that, but maybe not for long. Kingston, trouble in paradise. Lashley moves. And now Lashley, full Nelson slam. Wow, how devastating is a Bobby Lashley attack, and now Lashley, Dominator. He only uses it when nothing else will work. And it works this time. Bobby Lashley retains the Intercontinental Championship. He used the Dominator against Will Ospreay at Nitro 10, and that's the only time that we've seen him use it since he's returned to GAW. He only breaks it out when it's absolutely needed. And I think he's taken the right strategy, because we've seen so many wrestlers in GAW that have had issues because their big finishing maneuvers, they're so well known that everyone plans for them. In Lashley's circumstance, you can't plan for the Dominator because you don't know if it's coming. Kofi Kingston, this was as close as he got, and how close it was. Under a second. Bobby Lashley retains the Intercontinental Championship. And again, and Ricochet is the #1 contender. Ricochet is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship right now. And Ricochet, he's got into the ring, but Conor McGregor gets back in. This is not well thought out from Ricochet. Ricochet is the man that will take on Bobby Lashley at Bash at the Beach. He won that right, but McGregor said that all he wants is an easy payday for Lashley at Bash. And now the two of them are going to soften up Ricochet for the big event. Ricochet, what a mistake he may have just made here, walking into this ring against both of these men. We've actually seen him do this before. But Bobby Lashley hoists up Ricochet, and it's so effortless from Lashley. Lashley with his stalling vertical suplex, and Ricochet can expect more of this at Bash at the Beach. Ricochet may have just made a huge mistake as Bobby Lashley retains and beats down his Bash at the Beach opponent. Speaking of Bash at the Beach, we found out last week one of the matches that will take place on that show is Bianca Belair won #1 contendership for Tegan Nox's United States Championship. We haven't seen either member of Team Kick in over a week and a half now, and Belair, she is hoping to dethrone Nox and take that U.S. Championship from Team Kick. Coming up next on Friday Night Storm, what a stacked show we have for you. Kairi Sane in action against Marina Shafir. How much love is there for the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane. I'm a big fan of hers myself. There's no question about it. But Kairi Sane, man, let's talk about what she's done. And unfortunately for her, she's had a lot of matches without picking up a win. But I don't know anyone who has shown more, who has earned more plaudits for themselves without winning than Kairi Sane. She, of course, had a storied series of matches with Asuka for the Women's World Championship. And Sane came up short in each of them, but famously in a last woman standing match, or an Iron Woman match rather, Kairi Sane picked up a pinfall victory over Asuka, and she is one of just a few, an elite group who has picked up a win of any kind over Asuka. Of course, the Women's World Champ retained at that time, but it means that Kairi Sane has etched her name into the record books. And so tonight, she's got an opportunity to pick up her first win of Season 2. We've seen Marina Shafir out here twice now in GAW, returning from having a child, and congratulations to her and her family. And let's talk about the amount of work that it takes to return to fighting shape after having children. And I'm sure all of you moms out there, you know how difficult it is, and talking about the time commitment, raising children and everything else. And Marina Shafir is doing that and fighting at a very, very high level right now. She was in a #1 contenders match for the Women's World Championship a few weeks ago at Dark St. Patty's Day. This is a big moment for her as well. Kairi Sane, as I say, one of the most lovable competitors, one of the easiest to root for here. And Sane, nice neck breaker to start things off. Certainly one of the easiest to root for in GAW. And when it comes to the championship scene for the women here in General Admission Wrestling, as I say, we know that Bianca Belair will challenge Tegan Nox for the U.S. Championship. At least that much is clear for Bash at the Beach. But as far as the Women's World Championship is concerned, we don't know all that much. We know that Ronda Rousey appears to be the woman who should be taking on Dakota Kai, but after Rousey turned up 2 weeks ago, Team Kick has basically disappeared. So Ronda Rousey has put the fear of God in Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. And for everything you can say about Team Kick, they're not exactly the most respectable group, but we've never seen them afraid like this. So Ronda Rousey at least has that going for her. But even then, Rousey is not the official #1 contender, so it's possible that it won't be Rousey at Bash at the Beach. Could be one of these two women for all we know. Marina Shafir just choking Kairi Sane. That's not going to win you a lot of points with the fans. Kairi Sane loved here in the U.S. and beloved in her native Japan. And Marina Shafir, she's not earning herself any new fans with this maneuver either. Shafir introducing Kairi Sane to the turnbuckle. Say it with me, that's not an introduction that I want to be a part of. Irish whip off the ropes. Sane coming in with a drop kick. Shafir out of the way. And Marina Shafir has controlled this match through the early stages. Shafir looking for a takedown, and Kairi Sane able to ward her off. Beautifully done. Sane with go behind. German suplex with the bridge. And Marina Shafir kicks out. Well done from Kairi Sane. And now here comes the Pirate Princess going up to the top. Kairi Sane, insane elbow. Kairi Sane, surely it's her first win of Season 2. Kairi Sane. What a win. Phenomenal takedown defense from Kairi Sane. Marina Shafir, so experienced in the world of mixed martial arts, and there are trained mixed martial artists who can't defend that takedown. Kairi Sane did, and the insane elbow. How could you not love the insane elbow? Kairi Sane, first win of Season 2. Congratulations. But we got to get backstage right now. I'm hearing that Conor McGregor and CM Punk, they've locked up again. McGregor and Punk have locked horns once again. I think we'll need to send medical attention for both of these men. And could this be a potential matchup come Bash at the Beach? Certainly, the animosity is there. But speaking of Bash at the Beach, of course, our now annual event that takes place at the party of the summer is the Rumble on the Beach, 20-man interval-based battle royal to crown a #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. We've seen it now 3 times, and last year, Matt Hardy shocked the world, winning from number 8. And eventually, he would go on to take the Intercontinental Championship off of Kofi Kingston. This could jumpstart a tremendous season for one of the lucky men of the field of 20. Who will it be? You'll have to tune in to Bash at the Beach starting in 10 days to find out. Coming up next, Bandito, part of LAX, he's in action. We most recently saw Sin Cara on GAW Dark this past Wednesday. He battled Matt Hardy, and he came out victorious. So, as so many have done on GAW Dark, he has earned himself a spot on Friday Night Storm. Now, I don't envy the spot because he's going to have to take on Bandito, possibly the hottest wrestler in the company right now. But anything can happen, and Sin Cara is the man that can make anything happen. What more is there to say about Bandito that hasn't been said already? The man who joined Rey Mysterio, Hernandez, and LAX after he won the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge at Nitro 10, and it has been a renaissance for him in his GAW career. It never really got off to the start that he would have wanted, given all of his success in promotions elsewhere. But now he has finally turned into the wrestler that we all believed he would be in GAW, and that is bad news for everyone else. Rey Mysterio was such a big fan of Bandito even before that Beat the Clock challenge. Northern Light suplex with a cover. It's an easy kick out. Bandito, of course, when it came to the Beat the Clock challenge at Nitro 10, it was the most exciting challenge that we've ever seen. Bandito won it by 1 second. Shocked everyone, as certainly Walter was the heavy favorite going in. But Bandito won it all, and Rey Mysterio came afterwards as Bandito was celebrating in the back, and Mysterio said that that Latin American wrestling, it hadn't gotten the respect that it deserved in GAW. And he and Hernandez, Bandito, LAX, they were going to change that. Poison Rana from Bandito. Well, that'll change the perceptions, and that might change what's going on inside the mind of Sin Cara. Cover here, and it's a kick out. Sin Cara might have got his mind a little scrambled, but he got the kick out anyway and avoids another quick victory from Bandito. Sin Cara going for the lariat, and Bandito catches him. There is so much to like about the young Mexican standout Bandito that from Rey Mysterio's perspective, it's a no-brainer to hitch your wagon to that cart, so to speak. knowing that Bandito, knowing the future he's got. And now Bandito could have Sin Cara. Oh, he could have Sin Cara in real trouble. Heat Seeker. Bandito hooks the leg. The Heat Seeker puts Sin Cara to sleep. And Bandito advances to 4-0 in Season 2. Wow, is there anything that can be done against this man? My answer is probably no, if I'm being honest. Wow, I mean, what can you do? That Heat Seeker, just one of the many ways Bandito can beat you. We've seen him use the Poison Rana. We've seen him use the Heat Seeker. We've seen him use an elbow drop. There's so many ways he can get the job done. You just cannot predict it. And Bandito, he's headed to Bash at the Beach because he will be competing in the Rumble on the beach. What a get for the Latin American Exchange, as Bandito, one of the fastest rising stars in GAW, is on the run of his life. Backstage are the mighty Don't Kneel. Shane, how good did it feel to beat the Tide of the Usos last week? It's what I've been waiting for months. Don't you think it's a little weird the supposedly street smart Usos went watching their backs after their match? Well, it's not surprising to me. I always knew they were all talk. It was just nice to show all these dense fans that they don't know anything about anyone. So, what's next for the mighty Don't Kneel? Simple. We want a shot at the Usos Tag Team Championships at Bash at the Beach. We've been the best team in GAW for over 2 months now, and that title match is owed to us. The one thing you can count on is the Usos being stupid enough to believe they can win every fight, so I expect they'll agree. There's the benefit of being the smartest team in the business. Everyone has to try to keep up with us, and no one can. Well, the mighty Don't Kneel have thrown down the challenge, and I've got an announcement to throw down. Conor McGregor, we saw him brawling with CM Punk just moments ago. He will be in action next week, and he says he has a message to send to CM Punk. In addition, next week, we will officially crown a #1 contender for Dakota Kai's Women's World Championship as Ronda Rousey and Kairi Sane battle for the honor to take on the world champion at Bash at the Beach. Ronda Rousey has put fear into the hearts of Team Kick, but can she go all the way and take it to Bash at the Beach? We'll find out next week, but right now, it's time for our main event. Matt Riddle versus Aleister Black. The World Championship is on the line. Matt Riddle has, I mean, what can you say about this man since his return? He has ruffled almost every feather there is to ruffle, and he didn't even beat Walter. He is lucky to even be in this match, if we're being honest. And let's be honest with ourselves, he is lucky to be here. But he ran into a champion who was not afraid, and despite the fact that we saw Matt Riddle earlier on claim that he believes Aleister Black might bring back some old friends to help win this match, I think he's just making those preemptive excuses. And we know Matt Riddle is so good at doing that. Hey, we've got an official announcement right now. TMDK versus the Usos. It's happening. Bash at the Beach. Get ready. What an incredible match that's going to be. It's been a good, long time since we've seen Aleister Black making his entrance, and it was worth the wait. The Dutch Destroyer the most dangerous man on earth and the GAW World Champion. He beat Kenny Omega to win that belt in the main event of Nitro 10. Kenny Omega, the greatest wrestler in GAW history, the man who's synonymous with Nitro. You could call him Mr. Nitro. And Aleister Black beat him at the biggest event of the year. After everything Aleister Black has been through, after turning his back on GAW and all of his fans to join Alpha, the journey of Aleister Black to return to this point, to win the GAW Classic and to beat Kenny Omega and to kick out of the One-Winged Angel. Matt Riddle has disrespected it all, and Aleister Black is ready to put Matt Riddle in his place, as he should. Matt Riddle deserves to learn the lesson up close and personal, firsthand, why Aleister Black is considered the world's most dangerous man. And the Dutch Destroyer certainly plans on teaching that lesson in tonight's main event. The winner faces Walter at Bash at the Beach. Walter waits in the wings. And Matt Riddle, nice takedown, and now Matt Riddle takes the top mount position and transitions into an armbar. This is exactly the danger that Matt Riddle brings to his matches, but Aleister Black, he can match Matt Riddle shot for shot when it comes to mixed martial arts ability. Both men have had so much success in their MMA careers. Aleister Black now on the wrong side of those ropes with a back suplex onto the apron. I've done my research. That's the hardest part of the ring. I don't know if you knew that. Matt Riddle knows now. Aleister Black comes in, lariat. Black, of course, a stalwart in K1 among other promotions where he fought. Matt Riddle, a former budding superstar in the UFC. These are two men who are extraordinarily dangerous. And against any other man, I would say Matt Riddle has to be the favorite, or at the very least, Matt Riddle has a really significant chance of winning. But against Aleister Black, you can't really say that anyone has a better than 50% chance. That's how good Aleister Black has been, especially since leaving Alpha. And Black taking it straight to Matt Riddle right now. Riddle out of the corner as Black came flying in. And now Matt Riddle with a small package driver, and he couldn't quite hook the leg on that one. You can see him trying to catch Aleister Black's legs as he came down. He couldn't quite do it. Aleister Black with a backbreaker. Walter earned #1 contendership right here on Friday Night Storm about a month ago. And it was presumed that he would be fighting Aleister Black at Bash at the Beach for the World Championship, since Black has been the champion since that happened. But Black has decided that he'd like to teach Matt Riddle a little lesson about respect. And he might really drive that lesson home right now. Aleister Black out of the corner, running knee strike. Connects flush right in between the eyes, and Matt Riddle's in trouble. Riddle kicks out. He has survived test #1. What is test #2? He's about to find out. Aleister Black to his feet. Black Mass. And there will be no test #3. Aleister Black retains. And Aleister Black is headed to Bash at the Beach. What a win for Aleister Black. And look at this. Walter making his way down. Walter has entered the ring. And the two men will face off at Bash at the Beach for the World Championship. And they're facing off now. Face to face. Aleister Black and his #1 contender. And you can see it right here on General Admission Wrestling. Bash at the Beach begins April 12th, and Aleister Black versus Walter will be one of the headliners. We've got other matches to announce. We got other matches to find out. And we have only one more week of programming to do it. Catch us on Monday for GAW Academy Storm Chaser. We will see a #1 contenders match for the Academy Championship and so much more. You have to make sure you subscribe so that you can see it. And folks, we can't wait for Bash at the Beach. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
When we meet, hold my hand in the darkness. Summer heat, bodies laid on the carpet.